When I was a kid, I had a habit of grinding my teeth while sleeping. That habit did not stay in childhood. It followed into later life, into shared rooms and thin walls, into a hostel where sleep was supposed to be simple. In that hostel, the person sharing the room hated it. Every night he complained that he could not sleep because of the grinding noise. Picture that scene. You are trying to rest in a crowded building, and across the room a steady scrape and crunch keeps slicing through the quiet. It is not loud music. It is not footsteps in the hallway. It is a mouth, teeth pressed tight, jaw trembling, sound echoing through the dark. It wears a person down. Night after night, the roommate said he could not take it. A solution seemed obvious. A mouth guard. One day a mouth guard was bought specifically to stop the sound. This was the plan. Put it in, fall asleep, give the roommate peace. That night it worked. Silence. The kind of silence you can feel. No repetitive grinding, no complaints, no sleepless tossing. Just a room at rest. Hours passed. Around 3 in the morning, the quiet shattered. The roommate rushed over and shook the sleeping person awake. He was pale. He was sweating. He looked terrified. His words were clear and intense. He said he had just heard the loudest, most irritating teeth grinding noise ever. So loud, so close, it felt like it was right there beside him. He was not calm. He said the sound pushed him past his limit. He said he lost control and decided to stab the person he blamed. In the dark, he got up to grab his knife. He reached for it, but he could not find it. Then the lights came on. The moment those lights flicked on, the grinding stopped. Silence returned like a curtain falling. The roommate turned and looked across the room. In the bed, the sleeper did not move. Mouth guard in place. No sound, no twitch, no grind. Take that in. The roommate swore the loudest, most irritating, teeth-grinding sound he had ever heard was right next to him. He was convinced it was coming from the person across the room. He was ready to do something terrible because of it. But when the light washed the room in clarity, the person he blamed was asleep and quiet, mouth guard secured, not making a single sound. Where did the noise come from? Who was responsible for that teeth grinding that felt inches away? In a shared room, you put trust in the basics. You trust that what you hear matches what is happening. You trust that if someone is quiet, they are not the cause. In that moment, that trust broke. Think about the emotional whiplash. Hours of peace after nights of complaints. Relief from a simple fix. Then a sudden shock at 3 in the morning. A roommate shaking you awake, eyes wide, drenched in sweat, insisting that you were making the worst sound imaginable. Not just annoying, but enraging. A sound so close he felt it pressing in, a sound that made him reach for a weapon. The details matter. The mouth guard was in place. It was put in to stop the sound. It did exactly that. The room was silent until the lights came on and revealed what silence really looked like. The sleeper did not move. They did not make a noise. The roommate had heard something that he believed was real. He had heard teeth grinding. He had heard it near him. Yet the person who used to grind their teeth was quiet. If you have ever shared a room, you know how small triggers can grow into tension. A dripping tap, a phone vibration, a creaking bed frame. Here, it was teeth grinding. The roommate had history with that sound. He hated it. He complained nightly. He was primed to react. When he heard it again, louder than ever and closer than ever, he snapped. The most chilling part is the timing. Around 3 o'clock in the morning, when senses blur and shadows play tricks, a noise reached maximum intensity. It was not faint. It was not distant. It was described as the loudest, most irritating teeth-grinding noise ever. That is not a small complaint. That is a surge of fury in the dark. The plan to attack was real in his mind. He got up to grab his knife. He could not find it. The lights flipped on. The sound vanished. At that point, the roommate looked and saw the truth. The sleeper was still. The mouthguard stayed in place. No sound, no movement. Whatever had filled the room with grinding did not exist in that bed. This raises a question that sticks. If it was not the person with the mouthguard who was grinding their teeth in the darkness right next to the roommate, was the noise coming from the corridor? Was it stress playing tricks on a tired mind? Was it something else entirely? The only confirmed facts are simple. There was a history of teeth grinding. A mouthguard was used to stop it. There was silence. Then at 3 in the morning, there was the loudest grinding ever, so close the roommate lost control and wanted to stab. He searched in the dark for his knife. He could not find it. The lights came on. The grinding stopped. The sleeper was quiet, mouthguard in place. That sequence is terrifying because it tests the line between annoyance and danger. In a shared room, a sound can escalate from frustration to a split-second decision that cannot be taken back. In this case, the lights and the missing knife were the only things standing between fear and a disaster. So now the question sits with you. In a room where silence means safety and a mouthguard means peace, what do you do when the loudest grinding you have ever heard erupts right next to you and the person you thought caused it is proven quiet? If it was not them, who was lying in the darkness next to him?